Hi, it's Mike. What I want to do is give you a tour of the course so you can get a sense of where everything is, because I know sometimes when you take a course it gets a little bit confusing at the beginning trying to find everything. And I also want to say that right now this course is a work in progress. I've been looking at a lot of what the best practices are for online courses, and I'm trying to make something that's really intuitively easy to understand, but also a good learning experience and something that you'll all enjoy. So bear with me, and I think by the end of this, you're going to love this course, and if you don't, you're going to tell me. No, I'm sure you will. And again, I always appreciate feedback on anything. If something doesn't make sense, or if you see a typo even, or anything that I can do. I'm looking at a typo right as I speak, by the way. I do this all the time. But anything I can do to make the course a better experience for you, I always appreciate your suggestions. So right now we're on the home page, and the news area looks a little bit different because when you look at the news area, you're going to see a couple of videos as well. My welcome video, which I'll put on the top, and then this video, which will go next. And I like to use the news area a lot. If we scroll all the way to the bottom, here's my course welcome, where I basically introduce the course. There is a link to the syllabus here, and I'll explain the syllabus in just a little bit. Also, every week I'm going to put a task list that will tell you what's due that week. This one looks a little bit scarier than it actually is because two of the tasks are to post an introduction and read the syllabus, and then I've got some relatively short readings and videos. So we're not going to do as much of the text as we will do in future weeks, and so I've got some other resources. And so what I have is basically every week starts on a Tuesday. So the first round of activities are going to be due by Friday at midnight. And then that's usually going to be the discussion postings and the readings. Then by Monday at midnight, you will need to post your responses to the postings. In this week, for example, we have two discussions, which is unusual just because there's an introduction. So you'll post a couple responses to introductions, and you'll also respond to at least one of your peers' postings, and it says for each of the three discussions. I see another typo. They're all over the place. I'm sorry. And then the Dropbox question, which is a short paper, again, between 250 and 500 words, which is 1 to 2 pages long. And basically every week there's going to be one discussion and then one assignment that you'll upload to the Dropbox. So let's take a look at the rest of the course. Okay, so every week you'll have this. I will be posting occasional check-in videos. I'm sorry if mine is a little cheesy. I have to, I think in my introduction I told you I'm a dean, so I have to kind of counteract the whole dean thing by showing a little bit of personality here. I know that's not usually associated with deans, even among us. So I read a book about how to pretend to have a personality, and I think it's working so far. You'll have to let me know. Okay, so this is the news page. Again, this is probably the most important page to check. Every Tuesday, you'll see the tasks that are due for the following week. Okay, so this is where you'll see exactly what you need, but there's more. If we go to content, all right, you'll see, let's start with course information. So course information is where the syllabus is. Now, this looks like a lot of stuff, and I'm happy to have things look like I have a lot of stuff, but really, if you look at this document right here, this is a downloadable syllabus. This is all of the information. Okay, it's all on a PDF, and the reason I do this is then you can download it by clicking this arrow that points down. You'll be able to print it out, or if you want to be able to use these links the same way, the same thing, right? You download it, and then it'll be a PDF, and you can use these links, and you can keep it on your computer. You can read it. You can send it to your phone. You can read it. You can take it wherever you want to take it, and it'll be there. You can put it up in the cloud. You can take it out of the cloud. Lots of stuff. Anyway, so here's the syllabus, and again, take a look at it. I'm not going to go over it unless someone somebody emails me and says, Mike, I really wish you'd go over the syllabus. But I think you guys can read it, and hopefully everything here is pretty self-explanatory. Now, if we go back to course information, what you're going to see then is a lot of different things. And all I did was I took the syllabus and I took the different blocks of information and I separated them out. The reason I did this, I saw a course that did this, and it's kind of nice. So let's say you want something, but you want to search through the whole syllabus. It's like, oh, what are Mike's contact information? And let's talk about that for a second. So here is my contact information. It's also in the syllabus, but it's here. So this is my email at Red Rocks, but probably the best way to email me is through Desire to Learn. All right. It's easy. It helps us keep a record of who emailed whom, and I can usually get to you within a day. Give me a little bit more time on the weekends, but usually within a day. And the nice thing is this goes to my phone, and I'll see it right away and all that kind of stuff. The text, this is actually an app I have, so you can feel free to text me. Make sure that you identify yourself so I know, that, you're texting me regarding this class. So this is not a phone number. Don't try to call it, because I'll just get a message if somebody tried to call this phone number. But it's Text Plus, actually, is the app. It's really nice. My office is in the Lakewood campus and in the instructional services area. And I would encourage you to come by and introduce yourself, if you're on campus. I know you take this so that you don't have to be on campus as much, but it's always good to put a face with a name and talk to people individually. Just come by the office, and if I'm not available, people will tell you, but make sure you tell them you're a student, and that way, I can get you in here. I'm also, if you want to try Skyping or Google Plusing, if those can be verbs, we can do that. I have a phone number. Phone is actually the thing that I'm worst at, so probably emailing is probably the best thing, or texting. But again, if you want to talk by Skype or Google Plus, I don't know why that's better than phone, but it is. So we'll do that. Okay, so anyway, so under course information, really what we're looking at is the syllabus. Now, I've got week 1 all set up. The rest of them will get through when they get through. Oh, and I noticed something's missing already. I'll fix that. But basically, in this unit, you've got a unit overview, and every unit's going to have it, and it's also linked from the task list. So this is just my introduction to our unit, what we're going to do, what our goals are, that kind of stuff. Then there's a downloadable task list, just like the syllabus. And the reason I did this is we have the task list online. I know when I do courses online, I like to actually download something so I can check off everything as I do it. And so this really is the same thing. Sadly, probably the same typos, yes, that you saw on the main page. And but it's downloadable, and again, you can use it as a checklist. Here are now some links in addition to the textbook reading, and there's really only a couple pages in the textbook this week. There's a reading on a philosopher by the name of Montesquieu, who was important to really our founders, and also Hobbes and Locke similarly. And then this Constitutional Principles is actually a screencast like this, where I talk about constitutional principles, some of the theories, basically Montesquieu, Hobbes, Locke, Machiavelli, some of the people who influenced the Constitution. And then there's a link to the discussions, introduction, this is where you're going to introduce yourself to the class. Really, doing the introduction is a no-brainer, easy points. I will grade that part, but really, you post a decent introduction, post a couple responses to your classmates. This is to kind of help us keep going. And then for American democracy, there's another one, and define elitism, pluralism, hyperpluralism based on your understanding of American government, which theory best applies to our system, justify your answer. And you'll see that information in the textbook. Okay, and so the way this discussion is actually going to work, and I know I'm over talking this, is you're going to go online, and you won't see anyone else's postings, because obviously people will start coming up with the same definitions. As soon as you post, then you'll see everybody else's posting, and so that should be helpful. And what I'll do is about Friday, I will post some general comments that will then help you with your follow-up posting. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, and there will also be a link to the Dropbox item, and I don't know why it's not showing up, but I'll figure that out later. So all the assignments are also available under content. They're linked from the page, but they're also under content. Now, class list is kind of nice. So here you guys are. And I believe you have the same, well, I know you have the same list because I'm in the student view. And if there's somebody from class you need to email, let's say you have a question and you want to email someone, or even me, you can just click on their name. I don't know what happens if I email myself. This will come up. You can send them an email, and it's all nice. So if you're working on something, or you have a question, or you know somebody, you can contact people this way. All the discussions will also be here. Now, I want to point to a couple other things in the discussion area. We have obviously the discussions that are that I talked about earlier, but there's a couple on top that you want to be available. One is just if you guys want to talk about politics and you want to talk about something outside of our discussion area, and I'll post some things as well. This area is for that. So if you want to say, hey, I heard Mitt Romney did blah, 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 you can put it up here, or what do you think about this? This is a question where I ask you about the State of the Union address, and as you can see, I can't ask a question in 5 words. So that's what that looks like. So if we go back to the discussions here, we'll see that. And then any questions you have about the course or the course material, you can pose these up here. My rule of thumb is if you have a question that you think other people would benefit from, use the questions about the course. If you have a question that's more particular to you, maybe something in your paper or a grade or something like that, you probably want to email that actually. Sorry about all the uhs. This is actually done unscripted. Now, next to the discussions here, we have the Dropbox, which right now there's the week 1 assignment, which has to do with American democracy. Why the Dropbox isn't linked, I don't know in the other area, but we will find it. But this is where you will be uploading your assignments, and so all you do is you go comments, hey Mike, great assignment, and then add a file to upload your file, and then submit. Okay. Quizzes, I haven't put the quizzes up yet, but that's where they'll go. And then finally, here's the grades. All right. So as you do these things, you'll see the grades for the assignments that you do, and obviously this will get bigger as we go through the semester. Okay, I hope this helps explain the navigation of the course. Again, as we add units, the gradebook gets bigger. And take a look at the syllabus. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. Again, you can email me, you can text me, whatever, or post a question here on the discussions. And I look forward to having this class with you guys. There's a lot of exciting things. People are already talking about 2016. We've got a Democratic president. We've got a Republican Congress. And if you're listening to this on Tuesday, and I know all of you, the first thing you want to do is listen to this, please watch the State of the Union address tonight, because I think it's going to be really interesting. Okay? I hope this is helpful, and I will see you online, or hopefully come by my office. Bye.